Stephen A. Smith does not hold back on Caitlin Clark's haters. While there might be a fair amount of people who have their qualms about Time magazine naming Caitlin Clark as their Athlete of the Year for 2024, one prominent figure who has taken no issue with it at all is ESPN sportscaster Stephen A. Smith. In fact, the tenured reporter recently went on another lengthy tirade addressing anyone and everyone who does not agree with Clark's latest honor. After quoting Clark's interview from Time magazine, Smith took the opportunity to address anyone and everyone who still continues to hate on the Indiana Fever superstar. "You see why I have no problem with her being Time's Athlete of the Year," Smith said on a recent episode of The Stephen A. Smith Show. "You see why I said she should have been on Team USA. You see why I had to go off on the likes of Sheryl Swoopes and others who were clearly distant and dismissive of her, no matter how much they tried to deny it. There was resentment towards her, and here's why I said it was stupid, because when she came into the WNBA for 22+ years, they had been flying commercial. They were begging for chartered flights. She arrives there and 2 weeks later they got chartered flights. She automatically and instantaneously improved the conditions." Smith wasn't done. He then went on to emphasize that the main reason the league is seeing a significant uptick is because of Clark. "Things are on an upward trending trajectory, it's improving, and she has everything to do with it. She's directly responsible," Smith declared, "and people are resenting her for it, like she was the cause of the problems they had for the lack of recognition." Just recently, Washington Mystics co-owner Sheila Johnson questioned Time's decision to name Clark the 2024 Athlete of the Year. According to the billionaire businesswoman, singling out Clark was not the right move, and the publication should have shined the spotlight on the entire league. While Smith did not address Johnson's comments directly, it would probably be safe to assume that the outspoken ESPN analyst does not agree with that hot take. "You can't have it both ways," Caitlin Clark criticized for trying to please everyone by Megyn Kelly during white privilege remarks. Caitlin Clark, recently hailed Time magazine's 2024 Athlete of the Year, faced huge backlash over her statement about her white privilege and her desire to elevate Black women. Commentator and broadcaster Megyn Kelly recently made a new statement on the issue of Caitlin Clark and her recent statements centering on race and privilege. According to Kelly, Clark may be trying to have it both ways by accepting the award, but still pandering to the "I'm sorry, but if she really just wants the spotlight to be on the deserving Black players who surround her and on whose backs this league was built, then you shouldn't have taken the honor," then Kelly said. The media personality went on to echo the sentiment of Washington Mystics co-owner Sheila Johnson about the WNBA getting a League of the Year award instead. "You should have said, make the WNBA the League of the Year," she added. "What I don't need right now is an additional singled-out honor. That's what she should have done. You can't have it both ways." Kelly further explained that it's impossible for Caitlin Clark to appease both ends of the spectrum, and why her choice of stance gained the backlash that it did. "She wants the attention, she wants to be in the spotlight, and then she wants to just throw a bone to the girls who were rejected. It doesn't come as any surprise to me that they don't want her discarded bones, and that this did nothing to appease them." Caitlin Clark's comment, that received a significant amount of backlash, had her acknowledge the role of white privilege in her rise to stardom, but then recognized the Black women of the WNBA, as she vowed to use her platform to elevate them in the league.